The full moon of October 7th in sidereal Pisces is about surrender, release, and reconnecting to your feminine flow. If you've been pushing too hard, either in business or in other aspects of your life, the universe is calling you to soften up, let go, and magnetize what's truly yours. In this video, we will be exploring what this energy means collectively and, of course, for all 12 zodiac signs. Hi, welcome to Roots and Radiance, the space where feminine wisdom, astrology, and soulful business meets. I am Lauren, and here we explore how the stars can guide you in your path, in your purpose, and in your power. So this is the first full moon after the partial solar eclipse. We are still in the eclipse season, so as to say. And yeah, we are going to be exploring this energy. And do not miss the two rituals I shall be dropping inside this video. I shall be dropping tips on how to make the perfect moon water, and then I shall be dropping another ritual very most specific to this full moon, which is happening in the sign of Pisces, which is the sign of release, the sign of intuition, which is also by excellence the feminine sign. So collectively, this is a moment of emotional release. You might be feeling more prompted to release grief, to release confusion. You might also, in a sense, be prone to some doubt, doubting about yourself, doubting about others, because Pisces is the sign of illusion and delusion. So, not everything might appear, not everything might actually be what it seems, and of course, you may be prone to some doubts. There is also this sense of collective intuition because we are in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the sign of intuition. So there are going to be a lot of significant dreams, a lot of spiritual downloads, a lot of spiritual insights, and these are the moments where journaling is very, very important. If you have any dreams which you may feel like they are weird or something, some things in those dreams which are not normal to your normal dreaming pattern, you may want to get a little book where you're going to take down some notes. You're going to write down what is it, because during a full moon in Pisces, most ultimately the universe is trying to speak to you. And since we are in Pisces, the universe might try to reach out to you through your dreams. Your guardian angels may try to reach out to you through your dreams, your spirit team, etc. So you might want to jot down anything that comes up in your dreams. This is also the moment of feminine creativity. This is a time where feminine creativity is at its fullest. So arts, dance, spirituality, even, like everything just comes to you naturally, and this energy might be more prompted to flow in artistic places, in artistic settings. So if you are into, let's say, if you love some art, it could be painting, it could be music, you might get more inspired at these times. Do not repress your inspiration. You might get more prompted to join maybe a dancing group. Please do so. This is just your feminine urge to like really thrive, because the feminine thrives in flow, not in the feminine thrives in flow. So this is also because every sign got a shadow side, and the shadow side of Pisces may be escapism, avoidance, or overindulgence. These are things to check up on, because you may be prone to escape your reality, avoid conflicts, avoid anything that's complicated, overindulge excesses, your excesses or other people's excesses for that matter. And the main lesson behind this full moon in Pisces is to really balance surrender and grounded action. Balancing surrender, it's going to be the side of you who which is really flowing into your femininity, the side of you which is releasing anything emotional. But do not forget to that you are in a physical reality, and because you are in a physical reality, you need to take some grounded action, and that entails you should not dive into escapism. If you have any issues, face them. If you have any conflicts, resolve them rather than avoiding them. If there are some people around you who are really into like pissing you off or not respecting your boundaries, do not overindulge their excesses, rather, because yes, the full moon is in Pisces, but it is actually the moon casting an opposite aspect on the sun, and the sun here is in Virgo, and Virgo is all about healing. Virgo is all about like really taking responsibility for your routines, taking responsibility for your health, taking responsibility for your actions, for your endeavors. So that is basically the lesson behind this full moon: balance, surrender, and grounded action, because we do not want to be total delulus. We do not want to dive only in illusion, everything abstract and nothing concrete. So now, the first ritual I am going to be dropping before we dive into the significance for every zodiac sign. The first ritual is, of course, the most known ritual of the full moon. It is making your full moon water. So making full moon water may seem quite easy. It may seem like literally this is simple, this is ABC. But what takes full moon water A top notch rather than a full moon water B is the process. How am I making this full moon water? So first and foremost, what you're going to do is to get water from a pure source. It can be spring water, it may be rainwater, it may be, water from a natural source, water from a river, seawater. I may not really advise, but if you can get some, that it's totally okay. So you have water from a natural source rather than any tap water or bottled water you may have bought somewhere. Once you have this natural water, you might also want to get a natural container. Now, I know that a lot of the things we use in this century are manufactured, but still there is a difference between manufactured items from natural sources, and then manufactured items like from really chemically made stuff like plastics and all the rest. So what you want to get is something which is neutrally charged. A neutral charge can be gotten from a wooden container. A neutral charge can be gotten from a crystal or glass container. A neutral charge can also be gotten from a clay container. So these are the materials you want to choose in order to store your water for moon exposure by nighttime. Other step is, do bring your water outside when the full moon has already occurred. Let's say the full moon is going to be occurring around 1 a.m. 1 a.m. This is nighttime. Many people have gone to bed. You are not going to set your water out before 1 a.m. You are going to set it out, to let it out after 1 a.m., after the full moon has occurred. Why? Because, before 1 a.m., the moon is actually in what we call the waxing phase, and waxing energy and full moon energy are not really the same. So if you set the water outside before the moon is full, it is going to attract some of this waxing energy and then take up also on the full moon energy, and it's really actually going to be a blend of both energies and not full moon energy specifically. So this is what you want to do. Other step is, you are going to take your water indoors before sunrise. Take your water indoors before sunrise. Why? Because sun and moon are not the same energy, not at all. So if the sun rays, morning sun rays, get into your moon water, that is no longer moon water, and that is basically going to have like no effects, nothing. And you might be like, base moon water, it's not really working, or it's not working 100%, and that is simply because there are some sun rays energy inside there, and you do not want that for full moon water. So that was how, those are the steps. Get water from a natural source, get a neutrally charged container, expose your water when the full moon has occurred, and then take it indoors before the sun rises. Now let's dive into the energy for each zodiac signs, into what this full moon means for you. Let's start with Aries. If you are an Aries, This full moon is occurring in your 12th house, which is in Pisces, and the 12th house is the house of emotional release, the house of emotional rest, and all of that. So basically, this is a time where you're going to get some rest. If you're an Aries woman, get some rest during this full moon. Why are you getting some rest? Because this full moon is going to cast all its energy into your 12th house. And since we are in a clockwise movement, the energy ultimately is going to reach your first house, which is the house of self, the house of the body, the house of identity, and all that energy, it's going to come to you later on. And what you're actually doing is getting some rest, and you are gathering energy for leadership. That is gathering energy for leadership after what the full moon has done for you, because Aries is a sign of leadership as well. So take you some rest, and then the let the moon do the rest. Taurus, if you're a Taurus, this full moon is happening in your second house, the house of, in your 11th house rather. This full moon is happening in your 11th house, the house of social circles. We are talking about release. We are talking about surrender. So you are going to have to release social circles that do not bring you anything good, social circles that are draining. So, and you may know this, you know all those places that do not recharge any of your batteries, and you might want to release them during this full moon. And if you do not take the proper steps, the universe might do its job, and of course, those people are going to cut off from you one way or the other. If you're a Gemini, this full moon is happening in your 10th house. This is actually a very beautiful full moon for you, because your 10th house, the house of career, legacy, and reputation. And this is a time where you're going to feel prompted to do the work that really nourishes your soul. You may feel prompted after this full moon to switch careers, because the full moon in Pisces is also a full moon of completion. So you may have had some karmic work pertaining to career, which at this time you have ultimately completed. And when this full moon comes and goes, what happens is that you may feel prompted to switch to something that is more soul nourishing, more soul fulfilling, and eventually it is going to bring rewards, because whenever you walk into your soul's blueprints, ultimately you get rewarded. Cancer, the full moon is going on in your ninth house, the house of wisdom, house of spirituality. This is a time where you might get a lot of wisdom and spiritual downloads. This is a period where you might feel prompted to study anything pertaining to religion, anything pertaining to faith, anything pertaining to spirituality, and it is going to serve you in the long run. Ultimately, it's going to clear off illusion from your eyes, clear off illusion from your soul, and yes, that's it. Next is Leo. Full moon going on where? In your 8th house, the house of intimacy, the house of power struggles, and also the house of shared resources. What this means is this is a time to heal intimacy and power dynamics. If you are into toxic relationships, if you're into toxic power dynamics at the workplace, in family setting, in friendships or whatever, uh, this is a time where you should think about it with all honesty, with all clarity, and just try to sweep away anything that doesn't serve you. Just try to heal anything that doesn't nourish your intimacy, and eventually your shared resources could get better. Maybe you could get some sort of inheritance. Maybe you could get, I do not know, some sort of insurance payment or something like that. So this is basically what this full moon is going to mean for you. But before you get any sort of benefits, try to heal intimacy and power dynamic struggles. Next is Virgo. This is happening in your house of relationships. This is happening in your house of how I relate with others. And what is happening is that there is going to be some sort of relationship realignment. Your relationships are going to get realigned, whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not. And eventually, you will have to release toxic bonds as far as relationships are concerned. These relationships specifically are marriage, or yeah, so any committed relationships. So these are the places where you have to release those toxic bonds, and if you do not do it, of course the universe is going to whoop your ass, because you must get yourself working. You will not stay stuck in this same cycle. Libra, full moon in the sixth house, the house of health, the house of routines, the house of daily work. And what is happening here is there's going to be a daily rhythm shift of what happens in your daily life. So maybe your sleeping patterns may change, maybe your working hours may change. This is also the time where you can bring in intentional changes, like changing unhealthy eating habits, changing having a better sleep routine, like extending your sleeping hours if you do not sleep enough, reducing them if you sleep too much, getting into a fitness routine. Why not yoga? Why not pilates? Get your body working, get your body doing something. Basically, this is your call to get a healthier life. Next is Scorpio. The full moon is happening in your fifth house, the house of creativity, the house of passion, the house of sudden gains. This is the house of gambling. So do not be surprised if you actually win the lottery at this time. It could happen, it may happen. This is also a time where your creativity is really top notch. And remember, creativity here could also be your sex drive, because what we I mean, the most perfect things we create as humans is our offspring. So, the creativity may be in the material sense, in the sense of creating business, creating things, stuffs, and all of that, but also in the sense of creating another human being. So, if you get like a little more drive these times, and if you're looking like maybe to have a kid or one more kid, just go for it. Sagittarius, full moon in your fourth house, the house of family and home. So, this is a time to heal anything that affects your family life, affects your home dynamics. This is also a time to like really build safe emotional foundations. Think about if you're trying to get married or get engaged. This may be the time where you really like sit down, lay good foundations, and eventually this might work out really good. Next is Capricorn. This full moon will be happening in your third house, and the house of communication, the house of writing, and Pisces is intuition. So be writing something, get into creative writing, get into intuitive writing, be journaling things that happen to you. It might serve as a roadmap for the future, because the eclipse season is a 6 month thing, and whatever you could be writing right now could just serve a greater purpose for this roadmap, will just serve a greater purpose for the future. If you have just like these sudden ideas, sudden inspiration, write them down and see how it goes. Aquarius, this is happening in your second house, the house of resources, the house of money. This is a time for you to release scarcity mindset. This is a time for you to release limiting beliefs about yourself. This is a time for you to relieve the lack mindset. And when you do these things, what is going to happen is that you will eventually magnetize abundance and self-worth. And these things work together. If you know your self-worth, eventually things are coming to you in an abundant and fruitful way. And the stars of this full moon, Pisces, this is going to be happening in your first house if you're a Pisces rising, of course. And this is going to bring about really deep self-awareness. This is a time for you to really embody your feminine energy, really activate your rest and digest mode. This could be through breath work exercises. This could be through artistic endeavors. These could be through just channeling any feminine character that you really admire. These could be getting yourself together as a woman. Getting yourself together as a woman is tapping into your inner self, tapping into your inner world. So now that we are done with significance for the signs, let me drop the second ritual. I said there were two rituals. So this is a full moon of release. So you will actually use this full moon to release whatever doesn't serve you any longer. And you're going to use the moon, of course. You're going to use water and also yourself. Yourself in the sense that you're going to write down anything that you feel like releasing. Write it down on a piece of paper and then just get outside under the full moon. Allow this paper to dissolve inside the water or tear it off. While it is dissolving or while you're tearing it off, just like visualize anything that you feel like releasing being washed away by a river. And then just say a short affirmation. I release anything that doesn't serve me any longer. You may just close your eyes and just say another affirmation like, I allow my feminine intuition to flow. I allow my femininity to flow. I am at ease in my femininity. You get the idea. The idea is to release what no longer serves you and really reconnect to the feminine side of yourself. So with this we are going to close, and if you like this video, do not forget to like, and also do share with me in the comment section how any of these predictions resonated with you, and also how you intend to harness this collective Pisces full moon energy. Until then, stay rooted, stay radiant, and do not forget to realign, rise and shine.